Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another ORK tutorial based off the official ORK tutorial series. We're going to be working today with our game that we've been doing the last few tutorials. So, by the way, I have a new microphone, so I hope you can hear me a little bit better. If not, just let me know. So let's go ahead and get started right away and try to pick up the pace a little bit more. So we start now in the town scene, which is exactly where we're at. Just make sure to have it loaded here, and I do. So let us now create a spawn point, and this spawn point is going to be the one that we're going to use to transition between scenes. And in fact, that's what the first part of this video is about: spawn points and scene changers as done in ORK. So start by going to the ORK scene wizard, create object, spawn point. Now the spawn point that spawns is going to be called spawn point 1 if you've just been following the tutorial. We're going to go ahead and place it at the end of the road. So we'll go ahead and put it right about here. Notice that you also have a spawn point already. You have spawn point 0, and that was from the last tutorial. This one, it's okay to have multiple spawns. It's okay to have multiple spawn points in one scene. Now, again, we're going to use the scene wizard to create a scene changer. Go up to create object, scene changer. This is called scene changer 0. We place this also at the beginning of the scene, but be careful not to overlap your scene changer and your spawn point. So as you can see, I have placed my scene changer object, scene changer 0, right here. And I have not, in case you're wondering, in case it's bothering you, yes, I have not organized my hierarchy. I will do that at some point, but I'm trying to just follow the tutorial, the way that it's written, so that you don't get confused if you're following along with the written tutorial and the video. Now that we've ensured that the spawn point 1 and scene changer that we just created are not overlapping with each other, we're going to go ahead and change the following settings in the scene's scene changer, the inspector of that object. So let's take a look here. What actually is in the scene changer object? You've got a sphere collider and the scene changer script. Target scene is going to be called to field because that is the specific scene that we're changing to. We're changing to to field. I have highlighted it here. I'm going to go back to scene changer object. Target type is going to be spawn ID. We want to use the spawn point, and we haven't added a spawn point yet to the field scene. So when we do add it, it's going to be 0. So we'll leave it like that. We actually haven't spawned it yet because we haven't even touched the other scene yet. Now let's make sure that we set, let's save the scene. We're going to open the field scene. Here it is. So there's the terrain. So yours should look like this. It's a little bit larger. It has this path that goes around this hill and then some forest area. So we're going to have to create a spawn point here too. So again, go back up here to the scene wizard and create an object, a spawn point. The spawn point needs to be at the beginning area. Okay, so let's have the spawn point be here. Let's add also a scene changer object. So we have a spawn point 0 and a scene changer 0, which is okay because this is a scene changer that is a local scene changer to the scene to field. So think of it like that. The other one was one town and it also had scene changer 0. So with scene changer, let's see here. With scene changer 0, make sure that the spawn ID also reads as 0 in the inspector. should have target scene 1 town, and then it will be spawn ID. And then remember, we have 2 spawn points in the other scene. We want to spawn at we want to spawn at spawn point 1. The sphere collider of the scene changer, going back to this object, let's just go ahead and set it to 5, because we're going to want a larger radius, because you can see this path is a little bit wider. Let's just move this a little bit down here so that as you travel, it gives the illusion that you are in fact going all the way to the edge before the scene changes. That'll do for this. Well, it's possible, I guess, to get through here, but maybe it is. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and save. At this point, we can go ahead and test it if we wanted to, and we will be able to change between the scenes. But one problem that you might have, well, you certainly will have it unless you change it, is the player might not be facing the direction that you'd like. So let's just go ahead and fix that while we're still in this scene. And go to spawn point. And in the spawn points inspector, you can go ahead and actually just change the rotation to rotate things the way you want them to. In this case, we're going to do 180 degrees. And in the spawn settings, we'll confirm that we are using Y rotation. It's by default, but this will use the player's spawn point Y axis rotation. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and save. And we'll go ahead to main menu to test it. Let's see how it goes. So here we are. We have to use our arrow keys still. Okay. There we go. So this is actually the way back. So yeah, we rotated the way that we needed to be. So let's try to head back. Okay. So here we are. It goes back and forth pretty seamlessly. It's exactly what we wanted. Okay. Now let us go ahead and move on to music.